Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Eason, founder of the Black Business Owners Network, better known as the BBON. Also, co-founder of the Black Empowered Media Network, seen on Roku TV. Today, we're talking about something that people truly need right now, learning how to grow financially while also taking some time to relax, recharge, and enjoy life. That's why I'm excited to speak with Jamidra Akins about the upcoming Funds and Games event that she's hosting this upcoming Saturday, May the 16th at 2:30 p.m., featuring the cash flow game created by Robert Kiyosaki,
hmm
author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I attended her game day event last year and I had an amazing time. I truly enjoy letting my hair down, having fun, and connecting with people in a relaxed environment. So if you're in need of taking a break or simply having some fun in a positive atmosphere, come on out this Saturday, May the 16th, for Your Money IQ. This event is definitely just for you. All right, so let's jump right in. Hello, Demetra. How are you this evening?
Hi, Brenda. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Let's start with telling everyone little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Jamesha Akins. I've been a group facilitator, workshop presenter for some time, an educator, and a lifelong student. And years ago, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm sure many of you heard of it. If you haven't, it's a definite read. It's one of those books that changes the way you look at the world. So, as when you punch a clock, which most of us, if you haven't done it, you will, young people, at some point, right?
Mhm.
And just trying to survive. We call that being in the quote unquote rat race. Well, what Kiyosaki did, he actually grew up with two father figures. His own father, who was very educated and punched the clock and worked a job and worked for the school system, and his friend's father, who was more of an entrepreneur, and he taught him a whole different way of looking at things. So the book is inspiring when in that point. And so while it's great to read and get concepts, it's like, okay, I know this, but how do I apply it? And that's something I'm still working with. But one thing that's really helped me, I guess I would say, be able to evaluate what an asset or a liability is, or even an opportunity is the cash flow game. If you like Monopoly, you will love cash flow.
Hey, you heard it. So, what inspires you to create an event that combines financial education with fun and relaxation?
Well, the game is fun, but the way that we're going to play it, well, I'll say the game is fun once you know it, but the way that we're going to play it is we're actually going to play it on teams. So we'll have the cash flow board, and there are different parts to the game. So, for instance, first you'll blindly pull your profession, right? This is a mechanic. We have a truck driver, business manager, people from all walks of life. And of course, with all walks of life comes different incomes, different expenses, different assets, and different liabilities. So everyone has their expenses, right? Your living expenses. You might have a car note, a mortgage, or rent, um, a credit card bill. Let's see what lovely. Oh, a car loan. So these are all included in your expenses. Now, every month when your money comes in, you pay your expenses, and what you have left is your quote unquote cash flow.
Yeah.
So, the point of the game is to get enough passive income. That's money that you earn not with your time, but with your ability to get assets. And assets are, how can I say this? Um,
Mhm.
if it's an asset, how did someone explain it to me? If an asset basically gives you money, a liability costs you money. And so, although in the financial world, they might say, oh, this is your car, it's an asset. Yes, if you can sell it and you still have some kind of value to the car. But as someone told me one time, if it's on your ass, it's not an asset, right?
Okay.
So it's something that makes you money. So you'll come across different things in the game. The board looks like you'll have the market, which is what someone is in the market to buy. So, for instance, we have someone in the market who buys condos. Maybe you own one. We also have doodads, which I'm very familiar with. Doodads are things that we spend money on that aren't really necessary. Like, or, sometimes there's just things that come up like that you didn't plan for. For instance, high school reunion, you spend 250 bucks to go. That's a doodad. Okay.
Mhm.
I think there's one in here for an espresso machine too, but you get the idea.
Mhm.
Then there are these blocks that you can land on that are opportunities. And when you land on an opportunity, you get the chance to choose from one of two stacks. One is the small deal, and the other is the big deal. So a small deal might say something like, you can buy a stock and today's price is $10. Or um, Mighty for You, maybe today's price is $5, or a mutual fund, or a house for sale. Now, this card is very rare, but this is actually a no down payment house.
Mm.
And so these opportunities that come up, wouldn't be a property for you to live in. This would be a property for you to cash flow by renting it out. So
Yes.
with this card, you would get $100 a month cash flow. So
Hmm.
that would go into your cash flow pile. Now, once you really start getting it going, you can get from the big deals pile. So let's see, from the big deals pile, big deals are 6,000 and up.
Okay.
So maybe you can buy an eightplex for 40,000. And believe me, I know some of you are like, nobody got $40,000. But I actually have a friend, a very friendly sister, and we were just chit-chatting, and she said, yes, I set that money aside and I still have it. And it was tens of thousands. So you never know. Down payment 20,000, cash flowing 500. So this is just a really great way to get in a room with other people. You're going to play as a
Mhm.
team, meaning you'll be keeping your scorecard. You'll get to discuss what you're going to do with your money. But also in that discussion, there will be merits. Well, are we going to buy this stock? Well, how much should we buy? Are we going to sell it? How much should we sell it for? And it just really shifts your attention. So I think I think everyone will enjoy it.
Yes, me too. Now, how does playing in teams enhance the experience and the learning?
So playing in teams, what I found is that one, it keeps the game moving faster. And there's so much going on with each player, right? Every move. Playing in teams gets you to get more turns, right? More chances for something to happen. And as a team, you discuss the merits of whatever decision you're going to make, whatever decision you're going to make. Excuse me, I'm getting excited. So you'll be able to defend a point or be able to see it in a whole different way. Well, I didn't think about that. We bought this stock for $5 and today is 10. Maybe we could sell some and save the rest. And well, what are we gonna do with it? And so then once you get people really having a discussion and putting their real life experience into it, you'll be surprised. Like all of us are a resource for one another with our life experiences. So the game becomes more than just what's on the board, and it expands to the people who are participating in the game with you. So it's a
Right.
great chance to network and connect.
Yes, absolutely. What's one financial lesson that you hope all attendees walk away with?
I want people to know that things are more possible than they seem.
Mhm.
Um, I've had things, I've lost things, but I will say this as I'm getting those things back. one of the reasons that I was able to acquire some things when I had them was just someone saying, "Oh, it's easier than you think. It's easier than you think."
Mhm.
And when something seems really far away, it seems much harder and such a bigger challenge to get. But when someone's like, "Oh, well, if you could buy a car, you could buy a house." Say what now?
Yeah, yeah.
Or there was a sister one time who was like, "Oh, I can't afford those monthly payments." And I looked at her and I said, "But you spend that on lunch already." And
Mhm.
she was like, "Well, what are you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, $15 a lunch, 5 days a week, that's 75 times four, that's 300 a month you've got." And so really it's looking at what you have in a different way. And especially when you start to think about how you can pool your resources, which may not necessarily be money or cash, but what do I have that could assist someone else, and what do they have that could assist me? It could be knowledge, it could be a connection, it could be a resource like, oh, you're looking to furnish a rental. Well, did you look on such and such site? There's an auction site, and um so many resources just in the people around us. And so I really want us to start connecting so that we can start moving as a community again, because we can see that the powers that be are we're going to have to turn back to each other. And that was a
Yes,
time when we were very successful.
yes, yes. That's some of the practices that we practice in the Black Business Owners Network, networking,
Yes,
coming together and growing together. And so BBON, y'all, come on out this Saturday.
absolutely.
Yes. Now, last year you gave away some fun prizes and had many surprises. Will you have the same this year?
Well, no, not so much on the free raffles because that was more a community fun day. But
Mm-hmm.
we will have a few refreshments, um, because the games are a bit pricey. So it's not like we're gonna have too much food and stuff around the games, right? But what you're talking about, the community fun day, we will have coming up later in the summer.
Oh, great.
And believe me, if you thought you had a good time last time, you just wait
Look
till
out,
next
huh?
year. Yes, that's right.
All righty. For someone who's watching, why should they clear their schedule and come on out this Saturday? Give them a good reason.
Because listen, that other stuff you're doing, unless you're getting something replaced like a kidney or a knee, I'm exaggerating. But honestly, this is the best 2 hours of your day that you could spend, because I think Kiyosaki said for every hour you play the game, it's like a certain number of years or months that it gets you closer to getting out of the rat race. And based on what's going on now, I mean, this is a game, but honestly, we've got to shift our mindsets with a sense of urgency. And so this is something that at this time is offered for free, although we do accept donations. If you click on our link, and I'll tell you how to get to it through Eventbrite. But there is a sense of urgency with the things that are going on in the world. But there should also be a sense of urgency about being good to yourself, not just in treating yourself and getting your hair done or your nails done or, chilling out, having a drink. This is a way that you could build a whole different future for yourself and your family if you start shifting the way that you think now. One of the best things that happened to me was that I got fired my first little job out of college. And when I say little job, it was like retail. But at the time, I was like, wow, what if I had a family to support?
Mm,
What if, what if it was just me and my household working? And I didn't want anyone to have that kind of control over my future again. And that's not to say I achieved it that day, but it did ignite a search in me. And now that the time has gone by, I've met a Black millionaire. I've met a Black billionaire.
mm,
And the way that they move think and operate is so very different from the average person. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make that leap on Saturday, but I am saying it's a great opportunity to take the first step on seeing things in a totally different way.
Nice, nice. Now, how can people register to attend the event?
Okay, so you can Google, let's see here, funds and games. That's FUNDS, the and sign games,
Mhm.
and the event on Eventbrite should come up. You can look up free things to do on Saturday on Eventbrite. You can find literacy, the number two, excellence, and you'll see my events come up. This event is partially sponsored by the nonprofit Self Care and Love Required, because, of course, self care includes financial literacy, because, you got to have money to take care of yourself.
Sure.
Um, but, oh, yeah, so yes, Self Care and Love Required is partly sponsoring us. I'm also thinking, and with this collaboration, Literacy to Excellence is looking to form a regular cash flow club and business networking social where we can network, where we can be regular resources to each other, where we can learn from one another and sharpen. And listen, this many a time I think I came out with a great idea, and someone will be like, but there's a big hole in it. And thank God they pointed that hole out before I went to you know, full blown, come on
Mhm.
in with my hole in the roof, right? So don't miss this. Eventbrite, funds, FUNDS, and games.
Hey, and where will it be
Okay.
held?
Mhm. It will be at the Southwest Neighborhood Library in Southwest Washington, D.C., on the second floor conference room. So if you're coming by Metro, you want to go to Southwest Waterfront Metro. It's a short walk. There is parking nearby if you choose to drive. If you know where the Safeway is by in Southwest, it's not far from there. So it's a very short walk, easy to get to any way you want to come.
Great, great. Any closing remarks or anything else you want people to know about the event? A
I
reason why
want you,
they should come?
yes, don't miss it. You'll be kicking yourself if you miss it. It's not something that we'll be doing every week, but it is something that I want to do regularly, right? But this will be your opportunity to be introduced to the game as a group member, meaning play it as a group. Once you get past this first part where you're introduced to it and you know how it works, and you get into our cash flow club, where if you choose to join our cash flow club and you get to play as an individual, it will truly expedite your mental evolution into finances.
Perfect. No, now for everyone who wants to stay connected with you, to hear
Mhm,
about other events you might have or, the nonprofit that you're
mhm,
working on, how can they
mhm,
reach you, like social media or email or how?
mhm. So the nonprofit is Self Care and Love. That's LUV required, and that we're on Facebook, Instagram, and once again, that's a nonprofit that I sit on the board of. Also, when you go into this event, Funds and Games, which is my business event, you'll see Literacy to Excellence. Be sure and click follow, and you'll
Perfect.
get an announcement every time we host anything like this. And there's more to come.
Perfect. Perfect. Can't wait. What an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for joining this evening, Jamitra. I look
Thank
forward
you,
to seeing
Brenda.
you on Saturday and enjoying the games and the networking opportunities and seeing all my friends and family and BBON members coming out to support and enjoy and then get some fun financial literacy. Can't
That's
wait.
right.
Cannot wait. What an amazing conversation. Again, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Thank
Um,
you for having me, and I really appreciate what you do with the BBON.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for creating this space where people can come together, learn, laugh, relax, grow together financially, all at the same time. That's amazing. It's amazing. Again, I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Make
All
sure you
righty.
guys register for the event and come on out. All right.
All
And thank
right.
you for the interview this evening. If anybody else would like to be interviewed, simply text the word interview to 202 202-308-3157. Again, text the word interview to 202-308-3157. And be sure to join us at the Black Business Owners Network, better known as the BBON. It's our Facebook group with over 70,000 members worldwide. I see you at the BBON, and I see you this Saturday. All
See
right,
you.
take care. Peace.